I don't know, to tell you the truth. Luke had me going around asking me to do a lot of crazy things. And the way I got it was that Cassadine and Alex Quartermain were the bad guys. Scorpio, Luke, and Laura, they're the good guys, you know?
Oh, you're talking nonsense.
I know I'm talking nonsense, but wait a minute. What I think is the good guys went after the bad guys to get what they wanted. That's what I think.
You're talking about my daughter. My daughter, let's not forget here, who is out at sea somewhere with some very vicious people who have people killed. And you're talking about good guys and bad guys as if we're playing cowboys and Indians.
Lesley, I don't think we're getting anywhere doing this. We're going to the police. Come on.
Wait a second. I can't go along with you there. I don't dance like good with cops. I don't
Slick, please, we need your help.
Please, Slick.
Look, I'd like to help you. I like you guys, you know? And I kind of love Luke and Laura. Never had my own kids there, so I don't know. Now you got me all soppy and nutty. Okay, I'll go with you guys. Let's get out of here, okay?
Oh, I knew you'd do it. I knew that you're a pussycat inside and not as rough as you seem.
Yeah. All right.
Maximilian is the one we have to watch closely. I mistrust that man.
Yes, there's something in that man that makes you keep up your guard.
Yes, I feel the same about his wife. Nora is as ruthless and as cunning as Max is.
Oh, she strikes me as quite wonderful.
Are you serious?
Yes.
She thirsts for power. Can't you sense that? See it in her eyes? Together, they want to rule the world.
Well, so do we.
That's what makes me wary. What does Maximilian plan to do once we've ascended to power? Once we've taken over, we've got to be cautious of Maximilian.
Oh, Victor, you worry too much.
I think not. But watch him, and her too. And be careful of what you say to them. Max may represent the 5 nations on our side, but he's personally ambitious. And with Noel feeding his ego and giving him all that shrewd advice, I think we have a formidable pair facing us.
Victor, I still think you worry too much.
Nothing will stop their lust for power. Mark my words well.
You make them sound like they are the reincarnation of Juan and Eva Perón.
Yeah, that's exactly who they remind me of. And remember what that pair did to gain power.
I guess you're right there. I see your point.
No. For the real reason I brought you down here. See you in a moment. Don't let anybody see this file. Once you read this file, you'll understand why I fear Maximilian.
This looks like a complete background on Max. What is this? I did not know that he had done that.
Well, when you read this file, there are a lot of things you're going to find out that you never knew about Maximilian von Star.
When did you find this information? How did you get it?
It cost us a lot of money. But we had this file microfilmed at the headquarters of the World Security Bureau.
This is incredible, incredible. You know, it says here...
I know what it says.
Well, just glancing at it, I can understand now why you're so concerned about Max.
And Noelle, she's more than his wife. She's his partner. And many people say that she is the power behind it. But together, they make a formidable pair. And this information on her is filed too. Just make sure no one sees it.
What do you mean by that? I mean, don't worry about that.
I have to. Why? You had trouble with security in Port Charles. Those 2 men, Luke Spencer and Robert Scorpio. I had to come in because you couldn't handle that situation.
Victor, everything worked out fine in the end.
Yes, but you bungled things up. Miko sent me to help you.
Well, when you arrived, everything was in order.
Oh, but you took so much time getting things in order. Well, at least we don't have Scorpio and Spencer bothering us now.
They're probably back in Port Charles, running around like crazy.
Spencer, Scorpio, what's her name?
Laura Baldwin.
Laura Baldwin. We have pictures on them.
No, why?
Because I don't know what they look like. Miko doesn't either. We want pictures of troublemakers for our files.
Well, we'll arrange that later, okay?
Oh, you make sure. You take care of that, then.
Yes, I will. Now, do you want me to put this back in file and then...
No. You just read this and then you destroy it. Having it around will prove too risky. Okay? Now, you just read that. And you can come and catch me later with some sun. And I'll take care of Alex and make sure she doesn't interfere with what you're doing. But enjoy.
Say that again. Von Stade is obviously the key to this whole thing, as far as the Cassadines are concerned. But now I know why he has the general with him. It's Maximilian's strong-arm man.
What about that file that Victor gave to Tony?
That's right. He said something about microfilm.
Yeah, I heard that. I've also read that file. Victor is absolutely right to distrust Maximilian.
All right, this Maximilian, what about him, Robert? Tell us.
Okay, briefly. Maximilian von Stad is probably the youngest, most ambitious leader in the world today. He knows how to manipulate people. And Cassadine's comparison to Perron was a very, very good one. This guy has a way with the words, the magic, the charisma. Currently he's leading 5 third-world powers.
All right. So that means, what's his name, Mr. Truth Serum, is gonna, like, read the file, the microfilm, whatever it is, destroy it, then grease his sleazy body down and lay down with those other slobs on the deck, right, in the sun?
Near enough. But they'll all be on the aft deck, right?
Yeah.
That'll make it easier for us to move around. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is either check Victor or Tony's staterooms, right? Whichever gives us the least problems.
Wait a second. You mean we're going to go out in broad daylight?
Laura, I think we have no choice, babe. We have to check the staterooms when everybody else is up on the deck.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's... I don't like the idea of it.
We got no choice.
We don't. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on in. Before you start on me, I know exactly why you're here.
Well, if you know, Bert, why don't you tell us?
It is true, I did put Heather through a police lineup. And if that bothers you as much as it did you,
Bert,
I don't care.
care about Heather. That's fine. You have my blessings. That's not why we're here.
Well, it isn't. No.
Laura's missing,
She is. I'm sorry.
along with Luke Spencer and a man named Robert Scorpio.
She was involved with a woman who was killed down on the docks, the lady who died at my clinic.
And her name is O'Reilly.
Oh, yes, I know about that.
Well, I would think so. You're head of homicide.
A man was also murdered, Clay Thomas.
Yeah.
What do you know about those murders?
Well, nothing.
How can you know nothing? You're the head of homicide.
Well, it was taken out of my hands.
What do you mean was taken out of your hands?
The police commissioner called me personally and told me that as far as those murders go, to use his words, they're taken care of.
What do you mean taken care of?
Everything. Identification, autopsies, the whole investigation, everything.
So the higher-ups came in and they took it right out of your hands.
Exactly.
Any idea why?
Well, it's something very important. It may even involve the federal government.
But isn't there anything that you can do? This is Laura, my Laura, who's missing.
Look, she and Luke, Laura and Luke, were tied up with this Cassinine guy, too, you know?
Now, there's another name I've heard. Well, who is Scorpio?
Scorpio is an okay guy, believe me. Now, he looked like he wasn't. He looked like he was going to be a black cat, but he turned out okay.
Yeah, well, who is he?
I don't really know who he is, but he was partners with that lady, with O'Reilly, you know, cute little lady with them cute little sneakers. Yeah, and then they all disappeared.
I think it's very easy to assume that the disappearance of Laura is connected with the same people who took out O'Reilly.
And you say it's taken care of.
Leslie, I understand your concern, and I promise you now I will try to get to the bottom of it. Though I must say, when the commissioner took it out of my hands, I was happy because I felt I had enough to do following up on other cases. Now, come on.
Bert, look, our daughter is involved here. We're not some stranger, but our daughter.
Rick, I understand that. That's why now it becomes personal for me. And I promise you that I will talk to the commissioner right away, and I will call you as soon as I have found out anything. That's the best I can do. Now, come on, I do have a lot to do. Please?
Calm down and you eat like that. You're going to make you so sick again. Just calm
Right,
down.
thanks, babe. Seasickness is gone. I'm cool.
Come on, no more talking. Let's do it.
I got it.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Do we all remember the layout of the ship?
Yeah.
Go up here, the green salon, the room with the closets and the freezer in it. Then up above that is the crew's eating quarters and the galley. Beyond that, we get to the main deck and the staterooms.
Got it.
Is that you? You all right, love?
Yeah, I've got it. It's going to be great to get out of here, even if it is dangerous.
Okay, let's go up through the galley and let's see how we go. Come on, fresh air.
Time's up. There's more life than eating and breathing. Come on. Good for the fish.
are we?
Yeah, whose room is this?
Well, at a guess, I'd say that probably Kaluga's.
Well, he sure lives a lot nicer than we do.
So do the rats. We can't stay here.
No, we can't.
Well, what about Victor's and Tony's staterooms? I thought that's where we were supposed to go.
You know, this guy lives really well. We ought to kick this spud overboard and move in here.
Well, I'll trip him if you push him.
Hey, look, keep the volume down. Some jerk could go past and overhear us.
Oh, Jessie, have you heard?
I heard what? Why do you look so unhappy?
Well, now that Rick has moved Hutch up to the 7th floor, there are 2 guards who take turns in front of Hutch's door.
Well, they have to guard those men.
I know. Well, now, Dan doesn't approve of the guards, and Steve goes right along with it. Dan wants Toby to be released right away and Hutch to be released from the hospital just as soon as possible.
Well, you can't really blame Steve and Dan. I think the trouble is that once a man becomes a patient, you stop thinking of him as a criminal and you begin caring about him as a person.
Oh, yes, that is true.
Well, I think you're forgetting something. Hutch might seem like a nice guy. And even though he seems like a nice guy, you have to remember, he used to be a hitman for the mob.
You know, Amy's right.
Darn right, and he almost killed my sister. And now everybody is running around this joint saying what a nice guy he is, and I really don't know about that. You know, we're talking about convicted criminals here. And because this Hutch is so charming and so good-looking, everybody likes him.
Well, I guess no one can prevent, really, a prisoner from going back to prison.
Well, I don't think you need to be so soft-hearted about it.
Steve hasn't said one word to me, really, since last night. I hate to be at odds with him.
Well, I can understand
But
that.
as a nurse, Jessie, I hate the idea of these 2 men going back to prison and facing a possible attempt on their lives. I want to be sure that they are really well before they leave here.
Oh, I think we both know they will be.
Well, Dan is being very strict about it.
Oh, Leslie.
Yeah.
What do you hear about Laura?
Nothing yet.
Anyone seen Bobby?
She's in the cafeteria.
Oh, good.
Aren't you the guy Bobby was looking for?
Me? I don't know. Why?
Yeah, she wanted to know where her brother was. She seemed to think you had the answer.
Pal, if I had the answer to that one, nobody'd be asking anybody anything. We'd all know everything.
You know, Slick is working with us now. He's helping us. Would you tell Bobby we'll be downstairs right away?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Leslie, what's all this about?
Well, the woman who was killed down in the docks, whose name, by the way, is O'Reilly, turns out to have been a friend of Laura's.
She was?
Yeah.
I didn't know Laura really knew her.
Yeah.
Luke and Laura were helping Robert Scorpio.
Yeah, well, see, him and Riley, they were partners.
From what we understand, Scorpio was working with both of them.
Both the man and the woman who were killed?
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Well, why was Laura involved?
Well, Laura was involved, but she was with the good guys, you know what I mean? She was with Scorpio and Luke, the white hats, you know?
Slick, you're going to have to tell me all about this.
Amy, your shift is over. Why don't you go home?
I don't want to go home. I want to hear about this.
Rick, I think we have to go to the cafeteria
Yeah,
now.
I think we should. Slick? Where'd he go?
He's gone.
Slick?
Well, as long as we're in Kaluga's stateroom, let's case it.
What are we looking for?
Anything that'll tell us what their plans could be.
You mean we're going to rip it apart and search it? Isn't that breaking and entering?
Yeah, we'll keep it amongst ourselves.
Well, organize the search, okay?
Right. Luke, you take the dresser. Laura, you take that part of the stateroom. I'll take the closet. Let's hit
Got
it.
Got anything there?
Not yet. You?
Well, make a nice ashtray, but I don't think you could hide anything in it.
Yeah, she couldn't hide in it either.
I'm watching that, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd like to see her try, wouldn't you? Excuse me.
I found it.
What?
The bathroom.
Terrific. Stuck with someone who has a bathroom fetish.
A head would call it a head. What?
I think I found something that ranks above the bath.
What, the stash?
Not quite that high. Look at this. It's a letter from Kaluga to Maximilian.
Read it.
As leader of the independent forces, I promise you swift action on the part of all my men and the utmost loyalty in our common quest. I am indeed anxious to join you on the journey to the island.
What island?
You got me.
Jamaica.
No, that was just a ruse for DeVal's benefit.
No, man. Alex always talked about Jamaica. You sure she didn't intend to go there?
Not unless she absolutely had to. My guess is that this is some Some places the Cassidines are. Probably impenetrable by outside forces.
What do you mean, impenetrable? What do you mean?
Hang on, there's more. I stress the need for training to start at the earliest possible moment. The nations you represent have been waiting a long time for this. We are all impatient. Victory will be ours, your faithful servant, Kaluga.
That's it?
That's enough. It's obvious to me that Kaluga is completely under the control of Maximilian. I mean, this is the sort of a guy that'll sit and watch I Love Lucy for 24 hours if he thinks it's in a common cause.
Well, I like Desi Arnaz, but he's got to be a jackass.
Not quite, just a good soldier. But I think he saw Lawrence of Arabia once too often. He's not bad at directing people, but he has a tendency to lose them, basically through pig-headedness and a complete lack of understanding of the people that work for him.
I see.
Oh, that was great. I finally had a chance to wash up. You don't know how much you miss a bathroom until you don't have one. You know what I'd really like to find now, though? Really?
What?
A shower. Don't you think we can find some way so that we can take a shower just every now and then?
Look, why don't we make a day of it and have a sauna, too? I mean, the ship does have one.
Does it really? Well, I think that's a good idea.
Do you?
Yeah.
Excuse me, it must have been the peanuts.
Listen, sweetheart, can you check out those suitcases there?
Sure.
Good.
Come on, Corinne.
No, not yet.
Baby, you always keep me waiting. I don't like it. Well, knock it off.
We heard Slick was with you.
Oh, yes, he was with us.
Well,
Just disappeared.
what? Disappeared. Poof. One minute he was there, the next minute he was not, and nobody saw him go.
Oh, well, that's Slick for you.
What's this all about?
Well, I think it's very safe to assume that Luke and Laura are on Cassidine's yacht.
And the yacht has sailed. It is gone.
Show him the letter Laura gave you.
Oh, yeah, this is why we were looking. Do you read this?
Well, we know that O'Reilly died at your clinic.
Well, there's something about that you may not know.
What? Well, Slick says that O'Reilly and Scorpio were working together, and the man who was killed, Clay, he was also working for.
What's it all about?
Well, it all seems to center on Tony Castle, whose real name is Cassidine, a man Laura came here specifically 3 days ago to warn you to stay away from.
Well, according to this letter, Laura didn't have any intention of going on his boat. Surely she wouldn't if he knew he was trouble.
But I think they're both on that ship, and if they are, then everybody's in for trouble.
What about the police?
We talked to Ramsey. Ramsey's now trying to find out why the cover-up.
So this whole thing was covered up?
Yes.
Lesley? Yeah? Excuse me, but Captain Ramsey's on the phone for you.
Oh, thank you. Maybe now we get some answers.
Let's hope so.
Rick, do you have proof that this is being covered up?
Bobby, they're investigating both murders right now.
The two that Slick said were working for Scorpio.
Yeah, that's right. Ramsey was told by the commissioner that it's hands off this case, that everything is being taken care of.
Ramsey's in charge of homicide.
Yeah, well,
why would they tell him to stay out of it?
I don't know. I really don't know. But he's trying to see if there's anything he can do and as to why they caused the cover-up. What'd you find out?
What did Captain Ramsey say?
The answer is forget it.
What do you mean, forget it?
The commissioner told Bert that there is absolutely nothing he is to do or say.
What?
Oh, it's just like those murders never even happened.
Like hell they didn't happen.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't understand.
I understand one thing. I'm not going to put up with it.
What are you going to do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to find Slick. I think he knows a lot more than he's been telling us. I mean, there's got to be some reason why the cops in this town can't handle those two murders, why they're too big for the police. I'm not going to let the police commissioner whitewash everything and tie his hands. Let's go.
Laura, get rid of that case and get behind that truck. Quick.
Corinne, will you come on?
Shower and change now.
Why? The sun's still good, and I want to work on my tan.
Your suntan will wait.
But I just...
I said it will wait.
Okay, okay.
I want us to be dressed and ready when cocktails are served, and I know how long it takes you to get ready.
Please, honey. Just one more half hour in the sun. Please.
Half an hour?
That's all. I promise. We'll get the suntan lotion.
All right.
Oh. Thanks, honey.
Be quick about it.
I'll only be a minute.
What the hell is that?